Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I have something very exciting I want to share with you today, and that's universal keto bread. I came up with this recipe while trying to develop like a small mini-sized pizza crust. And I was using the Dash mini griddle, which is what you're probably going to want to use for this recipe to make these. But I was using that to try to make a uniform sized pizza crust, and I noticed it was coming out a little bit bread-like, so I started to tweak the recipe a little bit, and I was really happy with the results. The ingredients that you're going to want to use, and I apologize for the glare, is going to be 1/2 cup Isopure unflavored protein powder, 1/4 cup crushed pork rinds, 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast. Now that is to add a little bit more savory texture and flavor to the bread. It has nothing to do with making it rise. 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, that will help make it rise. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder or more to taste. 3 tablespoons of cream cheese, 1 cup mozzarella cheese, and 1 large egg. Now if you want a softer texture to your bread, a little bit maybe softer, a little bit more moist, you're going to want to use 2 tablespoons of sour cream, but that's not required. You may want a little bit more of a firmer texture to the bread. The macros on this are 1/4 or 1.4 net carbs each. That's for each round. That's 1.9 total carbs for each one. 0.5 grams of fiber, 5.7 grams of fat, 13 grams of protein, and 113 calories. This recipe will make 6 to 8 rounds. Now, one thing you may notice down here is it says use a seasoning of your choice. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to use anything on top or mixed in with the dough, but if you want to, get creative with it. I have used cheddar cheese sprinkled on top and then sliced jalapenos to make like a jalapeno cheddar roll for a hamburger bun. I've used everything bagel seasoning. I have used Italian seasoning and garlic to make like a garlic bread. So it actually is a very universal bread recipe. You can use it to make hamburger buns, breakfast sandwiches, standard sandwiches with like cold cuts and lettuce and all of that. So it's a really great bread. I've been eating it for a couple of weeks now, and at 1.4 net carbs each. If you're not all that hungry, cut one in half, make a sandwich out of that. If you're more hungry, just use a standard sandwich, or if you're making hamburgers, you've got enough to make a hamburger bun. So I'm really excited to share this with you. They're really great little bread things. So you're going to want to use the Dash Mini. This cost me about $17 at Kohl's. It's not the waffle iron. This will cook the top and bottom at the same time. But if you don't have one of those, you can use an egg round or an egg form, whatever you want to call them, on a griddle. Let it cook and then flip it. If you really don't want to use either one of those, you can use parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and then just bake at about 350 degrees until everything is all brown. So with that, here's the video on how to make these. I'm pretty excited to share this with you, as I hope you enjoy it. Okay, here we have our cream cheese and mozzarella melted. Mix it all together. Here we have all of our dry ingredients: our Isopure unflavored protein powder, our nutritional yeast, our pork rinds, baking powder, salt, and garlic powder. Just add those together. Break your egg. Get your egg. Now all we're going to do is just mix everything together until it forms a dough. We already have our Dash mini griddle heating up, getting ready for the bread. That's what we're going to cook these on. You can use a regular griddle if you want to. I just like that it can heat from the top as well. You could use a waffle maker, but I don't think it will turn out the same as far as being bread-like. You can see as long as everything is warm, you mix it together, it's going to come through really nice. This is the consistency we're looking for, enough for us to spoon it onto the griddle. all you do is take a good spoonful. If that cheese does not want to break out quite so much, you can hit it with the microwave for a couple of seconds. All we do is just take a little bit. That might be too much. That's too much. No, maybe it'll be all right. Put it on the griddle. Spread it about so that it fills the whole thing, just like that. Close it up. We'll let it cook for a couple of minutes. All right, so we'll check on our bread. As you can see, it's rising. It's getting a little bit more done. What we'll do is we'll kind of flip it, give it another minute or two, and then we'll flip it, and just to toast it up. What we're looking for is for it to look like this when it's all done. As you can see, one side is done. If this is a sandwich or a hamburger bun, you just set, that's your top, that's your inside. All we're gonna do, if you have a little mini spatula, that works better, but I don't have a mini spatula. And we're just gonna give it a couple seconds on that side just to toast up the other side. All right, we'll check it. That's what we're looking for. Put that on the rack to cool, and we'll start another one. These will make about 7 or 8 of these. I have 5 done. This is number 6, so maybe I have enough for 2 more. When it comes to seasoning them, like I mentioned earlier, you can use anything you want. You could use cheddar, put some jalapeno on top, make a jalapeno cheddar. Like as an example, let's see, I've got some Italian seasoning. We'll put a little Italian seasoning on top of this one. We could have this with some spaghetti or something some night. That's all there is to it. You just keep going through and making the bread. We've got the one we just finished. It's some that are just plain. It almost looks like a pancake. These can double as mini pizza crust, but they make excellent hamburger buns and excellent sandwich pieces. Each one is about, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they're 1.2 carbs or so each. So they're very low in net carbs. So I hope you enjoy this. It's become a staple. Like right now I'm making some for the week. It is something that I'm keeping on hand for sandwiches, for pizza, garlic bread, anything along those lines. It's I don't know, it's just an excellent thing I stumbled upon, and I hope you like it. Until next time, have a good one.
Yeah! Don't forget to subscribe.